Nevada Senator Dean Heller flew to Las Vegas yesterday with President Trump on board Air Force One. And Senator, good morning to you from the Strip, and thank you for your time here. I just want to, first of all, my condolences to the people you represent in the state of Nevada. How is Las Vegas doing and the people there?
Well, you know, Las Vegas will always bounce back, but this was a horrific event. But I do want to thank you. I want to thank the nation for their condolences and prayers. I even received a text message from a cab driver in New York City sharing his sentiments from all the cab drivers in New York City. When you're getting those kind of text messages, you know this has pulled on some real heartstrings around the nation.
No question. Tell me about the conversation with the president yesterday. Where was his head and heart on this?
Well, you know, it's not very often that you get a couple hours of FaceTime with the president at 30,000 feet, but I was fortunate yesterday to have that opportunity. I went to the governor, the mayor here in Las Vegas, and also the sheriff, Sheriff Lombardo, and said, hey, what questions do you want me to ask the president? This is our opportunity to get Las Vegas in front of the president. You know, he was concerned. He has some ties to this community. He does own some property here, so he has real sentiments for this community. The fact that we had a chance to talk about some of the heroic acts by ordinary people doing extraordinary things, helping their fellow citizens, is just an amazing story, and has literally getting those stories out has helped the healing process, and having the president here yesterday does also help the healing process as we move Las Vegas forward.
Let me share some of that with our viewers. Once you touched down, he said the following when he was with those in Las Vegas.
I'm actually going over to the police department, who likewise, Doctor, been incredible. Unbelievable. The fact that they were able to locate that zone and get in there, they say 11 minutes. Whatever it was, it kept him busy, and he stopped firing because he knew they were coming into that door at some point. I think they did an incredible job. The professionalism has just been amazing.
And the hero in all of this is really going to turn out to be a security guard who worked for the Mandalay Bay, who got the door first. Sir, I want to go through a couple things here. I don't know how much you can answer this, but we're all looking for answers. It's Thursday. It is day 4.5, but it is still only day 4.5. What about a motive? What can you add, Senator?
Well, you know, the conversations and the briefings that I've had with Sheriff Lombardo, he does believe that this shooter was trying to escape, and that's his hunch. Sheriff Lombardo is a smart guy, and I'm with the sheriff on this one until he's proven wrong. But they're trying to figure out, frankly, what the motivation, what makes a madman go up on the 32nd floor of this building behind me and just spray bullets down on concert goers. Like you said, it's only been just over 72 hours since this incident occurred. We're going to learn a lot more in the days and weeks to come, but everybody wants answers to how this happened.
And my guess is they know a lot already, but the electronics that were found in the home in Reno, I'm certain, is telling them a lot. A couple pointed questions here. This was premeditated. Okay. He worked on this for some time. A sick individual, is there a suggestion of mental illness yet?
I understand that he was on depressants, Bill. We don't know the extent of that. At least I haven't been briefed on what the extent of that is. But he was a madman, and the fact that he could premeditate something like this is beyond what anybody can comprehend here in Las Vegas and across this nation.
Was he working with...
I want to thank...
Yeah, was he working with others, Senator, or was he doing this on his own? What do we think right now?
Yeah. The sheriff right now is looking into that. He believes that there may have been others involved in this. At this point, it's not clear, and I certainly haven't been briefed on that fact. By the way, I want to go back and thank again the president for his comments, and that that piece you just showed shows you that he was engaged, and I was pleased that he had as strong an understanding as he did of what happened here in Las Vegas.
I can appreciate that, and I'm certain you did as well. What about connection to outside groups? Was he working with extremists? Was he influenced by them? Are they a part of this investigation now?
Well, it'll always be part of this particular investigation, but we certainly don't have real evidence that there were those kind of influence or those kind of outside groups. We won't stop this investigation until we have an answer to that. Again, we don't have the answer. It's only been just over 72 hours, and I think in the days and weeks to come, we'll have a clear understanding.
All right. When you get back to Washington, you know the debate that's already raging about gun control and these bump stocks. Representative Lewis, a Democrat from Georgia, said the following about all this debate now. Watch.
Don't tell me this is about protecting the Second Amendment when you won't stand up for the First Amendment. Don't tell me this is about anything other than greed, money, and fear.
So this debate continues on the bump stock that was apparently used on these long rifles. Where does that go, and would you support a ban on them? That seems to be the essential question of the week.
Yeah, keep in mind that this was an Obama-era regulation that was put into place back in 2010. And obviously, we're going to have this conversation. But let me be clear, I'm not interested in watering down the Second Amendment. What I'm interested in is trying to figure out how some madman can go in that building that's right behind me and spray bullets down on 22,000 concert goers. You show me the law that would stop that. Not only will I support it, I'll be an advocate for that law.
No. You had mentioned a moment ago how much understanding the president had. What did you mean by that comment? As it relates to what, Senator?
Yeah. As I was talking to the president on my cell phone, I had a picture of a number of survivors walk through their stories and what they were able to do and some of the heroic events that occurred during this time. I even have a picture of a woman who had a cell phone in her hand that has a bullet hole through it, a respiratory therapist at UMC, and she had some tissue wounds. She bandaged herself up and then went to the hospital. Probably should have been in the hospital herself, but was spent that time trying to help other patients and did so for 10 or 12 hours. Those are the kind of stories that he knew, he understood. There was a deputy, sheriff's deputy at UMC. I asked if he'd go visit him. He was on the second day of the job when he got shot at this event. His dad was also a sheriff's deputy who happened to be a participant at the concert. But those are the kind of stories and messages that I wanted to share with the president and asked him if he would certainly take time to visit some of these survivors and listen to their stories, and he did. And that's what's important at this point is for him to engage, which he did, and help in this healing process, which he has helped.
And these stories just go on and on and on.
Yes.
Give the people there our best, Senator, and thank you for coming on today. Dean Heller, Senator from Nevada, with us live from the Strip.